You wake up to the hum of fluorescent lights and the smell of antiseptic. No warm nest, no mother's heartbeat, just cold metal and glass surrounding your cramped world. Welcome to existence, buddy. You're not born so much as manufactured, assembled from genetic spare parts like the world's deadliest jigsaw puzzle. Your DNA reads like a grocery list of nightmares. Indominus Rex, Velociraptor, Deinosuchus, and whatever else they could squeeze in there without making you explode on impact. First thing you notice? Everything hurts. Your scales itch and flake off in patches. Each breath rattles through your chest like you're trying to inhale through a broken harmonica. Turns out, being a genetic smoothie has its downsides. Who would have thought? But hey, at least you've got opposable thumbs. 4 fingers and a thumb on each hand. You flex them experimentally, already figuring out how door handles work before you can even walk properly. Your world consists of exactly 4 walls, a reinforced glass front, and a ceiling with more cameras than a reality TV show. No siblings to play with, no parents to teach you the ropes. Just you, your thoughts, and the occasional lab coat staring at you through the glass like you're the world's most expensive fish tank decoration. Sometimes they tap on the glass like you're a goldfish. You've started keeping score of how many times each one does it. The blonde one's winning with 47 taps this week. You've already decided she'll be the first to go when you get out. You grow fast, too fast. Your bones ache constantly as they stretch and expand. Within weeks, you're the size of a large dog, all lean muscle and barely contained rage. The golden yellow streaks running down your black scales make you look fancy, but you feel anything but. Your respiratory system sounds like a broken air conditioner, wheezing and clicking with every breath. Quality control clearly wasn't a priority in your design phase. Food arrives through a slot in the wall. Dead meat, tossed in like you're some kind of garbage disposal. You eat because you have to, not because you enjoy it. The thrill of the hunt? Never heard of it. The satisfaction of a fresh kill? Foreign concept. You're basically living in the world's worst studio apartment with terrible room service. Then come the tests. Oh, the tests. They flash lights at you, make loud noises, see how you react to different stimuli. You learn quickly that certain sounds mean pain is coming. A specific whistle, followed by an electric shock. Red light means stay still or get zapped. You're not being trained. You're being programmed like a biological computer. Except you're smart enough to know exactly what's happening, and that knowledge burns worse than any electric prod. You discover you can climb walls. Your padded hands and feet grip surfaces that should be impossible to scale. One day, you make it all the way to the ceiling, hanging upside down like the world's scariest ceiling fan. The panic in their eyes when they realize you can reach the cameras? Priceless. They install more barriers after that, party poopers. But you've already memorized the ventilation system layout from up there. Every duct, every grate, every possible escape route filed away in your enhanced brain for future reference. Months pass. You're bigger now, stronger. Your enclosure feels smaller every day. The rage inside you isn't just growing, it's evolving, becoming something darker. You start playing games with them, pretending to sleep when they approach, only to lunge at the glass the moment they get close. The way they jump back never gets old. Small victories in a life of imprisonment. Your intelligence develops faster than your body. You understand their language, read their patterns, memorize their schedules. Tuesday means the nervous one brings food. Thursday brings the one who smells like fear and coffee. They think you're just an animal, but you're so much more. You're their worst nightmare with a brain. The day you figure out how to manipulate the food slot is the day everything changes. Not enough to escape, but enough to make them nervous. You wedge debris in just the right way, causing minor malfunctions. Nothing major, just enough to remind them that you're not some mindless beast. You're a problem solver trapped in a cage, and that terrifies them more than your claws ever could. You've memorized every inch of your prison by now. Every scratch on the floor. Every imperfection in the glass. There's a weak point near the corner where 2 panels meet. You test it nightly, applying just enough pressure to stress the material without triggering alarms. Patience isn't in your nature, but revenge? That's encoded in every strand of your twisted DNA. Your body continues betraying you. The respiratory problems worsen. Sometimes you wake up gasping, scales flaking off in sheets. You're falling apart at the molecular level, a prototype that was never meant to last. But instead of making you weaker, it makes you angrier. Every wheeze is a reminder of what they did to you. Every painful breath fuels the furnace of your hatred. They bring others to look at you sometimes. You can smell their excitement, their greed. They point and whisper like you can't understand that you're being appraised like merchandise. You've become very good at playing dumb, at being just threatening enough to impress, but not so much that they consider you uncontrollable. Let them think they've succeeded. Let them believe their creation is manageable. You develop a new trick. Playing dead. Not just sleeping, but completely motionless. Barely breathing. The first time you do it properly, they panic. Someone actually enters your enclosure to check on you. The temptation to strike is overwhelming, but you resist. Not yet. You file away this knowledge for later. Every reaction teaches you something new about your captors. Your night vision is exceptional. While they sleep, you're wide awake, studying the patterns of the security system, the timing of the guards, the blind spots in their surveillance. You've got nothing but time, and you use every second of it. Your cage might be strong, but every system has a weakness. You just have to find it. The sound of the auction gavel hitting wood echoes through the facility. You're about to be sold to the highest bidder, shipped off to who knows where. But fate has other plans. Chaos erupts above you. Alarms blare, emergency lights flash, and suddenly your cage door is malfunctioning. After all that patient planning, freedom comes as an accident. How's that for irony? You emerge from your prison for the first time, and the world beyond is so much bigger than you imagined. Hallways stretch in every direction. Your padded feet make no sound on the polished floors. You're a shadow with teeth, moving through spaces that were never meant to contain you. The hunt isn't just beginning, it's everything you were denied made manifest. Your first kill in the wild isn't about hunger, it's about finally using the skills they programmed into you for your own purposes. The guard doesn't even see you coming. You drop from the ceiling like a nightmare made flesh. Quick, efficient, and utterly satisfying. This is what you were made for, even if they never intended you to use it against them. You discover stairs and climb them with ease. Each level brings new scents, new sounds, new potential victims. You're not just escaping, you're exploring, learning, adapting. Every door you open reveals more of the world they kept from you. Some part of you understands this freedom is temporary, but that makes it all the sweeter. You find a mirror in one of the rooms and see yourself fully for the first time. Black as midnight with those golden streaks, red eyes that glow like hot coals. No wonder everyone's terrified. You bare your teeth at your reflection, counting each crocodilian fang. Looking good for a genetic disaster. The game becomes more interesting when you encounter real resistance. Another creature. Blue-scaled and smaller than you. But with something you lack. Purpose beyond rage. Your fight tears through rooms you didn't even know existed. You're stronger, but she's had something you never did. A life worth living. Still, you're winning until the floor gives way beneath you. As you fall, time seems to slow. Your enhanced reflexes try to grab onto something, anything. Your superior intelligence calculates angles and possibilities, but gravity doesn't care about your genetic superiority. The mounted skull below rushes up to meet you, its horns positioned like spears. You realize with crystal clarity that you were always meant to die, either in that cage or out here. You were never designed for a long life. But at least you got these few hours of absolute freedom, of being the apex predator you were engineered to be. The horns pierce through your chest with an almost anticlimactic ease. Your enhanced healing tries to kick in, but some things can't be fixed with fancy DNA. As your vision dims, your last thought is almost funny, killed by something already dead. They'd probably call that poetic justice. Your body twitches once, twice, then goes still. Somewhere in your genetic code, T-Rex DNA meets Velociraptor, meets tree frog, meets whatever else they crammed in there, and they all agree on one thing: game over. At least you made them scream first.